Welcome back to Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy and we're going to get straight into our daily stock recap starting with NIO. So we're looking at NIO right now on the daily time frame. Keep in mind that the overall markets were green today, so to see NIO down today was a significant sign. And if I zoom in a little bit more, you can see that we did get rejected by this line of resistance. So this was a key line of resistance for us to break through, but we could not do it with NIO. If I zoom in a little bit more onto the 30-minute time frame, we can see exactly what happened. So we tried to break over right here, but you can see when we got over this line of resistance, we could not hold it as support as we had 3 straight breaks all the way down to this point right here at around $57. So those of you investors in NIO should be a little bit skeptical on this stock because we got rejected by this line of resistance once, and then we gapped up today on a significant green day, but we could not hold and we broke down again into this trading channel. So that is a bearish sign for me in the short term, and because we have got rejected by this line of resistance twice, we have a high probability of us testing this bottom line of support of this trading channel in around the 50s. So those of you guys who are in the stock, be careful. Remember to have your stop losses set with this one. If we do start seeing a little bit more downside to this, there is a higher probability we will test this bottom line of support. So remember, because the markets were super green today, it was very tough to see NIO down. But again, tough day for NIO, down about 1.25% today. Second stock of the day, we're looking at BLNK on the daily time frame. BLNK charging. Those of you who have watched my previous videos do know I have put options on the stock. I also decided to add a Fibonacci retracement to the stock so we could get a better indication of how the stock is trading. And so if we look at this key level here on the Fib retracement, we could not hold. We broke past this line of support, and currently we are sitting on a line of resistance on this trading channel that has tracked back since about October of 2020. And so today again was a very green day in the overall market. So to see BLNK down today is a bearish sign in my opinion. And so right now I have a second line of resistance of a longer term trend down here at around $28 to $29. And so I am still looking to see if we can hold this line of resistance. Those of you who are in this stock, if we can hold this line of resistance, back test and bounce off, that will be very bullish for this stock and we could see some more momentum to the upside. However, if we cannot hold this line of resistance, we break down, there should be a lot more pressure to the downside for those people who are in this stock. So if you are trading, always remember to have your stop losses in. And the biggest thing and the biggest news for me was the CEO selling his shares at around $41. If you're the CEO, why would you be selling the stock at that price if you think the stock can go higher? And so people will argue it wasn't his entire position, but a position nonetheless. And so that was a very telling sign for me that we were at overextended valuations. And so right now, the next move for us is to see if we can hold this line of resistance. Overall today, BLNK charging was down about 3.64%. Third stock of the day, we're looking at GOEV on the daily time frame, Canoo stock. And so we actually had a very beautiful day in Canoo with the overall markets up, Canoo followed by going up 4% today. So we were looking at this line of support. We had broken down yesterday below this, but today we clawed and climbed right back up, which was a very great sign. So those of you who are looking at this stock and that cup and handle, we are still intact to see a cup and handle if we can get past this line of resistance right here. So that is our next move for GOEV and Canoo shareholders, to get past this line of resistance. So that is the next move for GOEV shareholders, to get past this line of resistance. However, with markets being up so much the last couple of days, I do see a red day coming in. And so if you also look at the volume here, the volume was still relatively low. It was green, but again, relative to these red days, it was insignificant. And so we could be seeing a false little breakout above this line of support. And so I am curious to see how we hold this coming tomorrow and the following weeks. But if I zoom this in onto the 30-minute time frame, we can see that we broke down on this line of support, but now we are sitting right above it. And so tomorrow will be a very telling day to see where the stock wants to go. But overall today, GOEV was up a solid 4%. Next stock of the day, we're looking at TSPN on the daily time frame. So this is one of my favorite penny stocks, HUMBL. And so we had a beautiful day today to start off the market session. We did almost test highs today of about 33 cents, but we could not hold. But the beautiful thing about this stock is we did hold this line of support. So we did test a low of about 26 today, but we did squeeze squeeze back up, and we are sitting above this line of support. So for TSNP right now, we are sitting right on this line of support. So we are still waiting to see if it wants to go up or down. Today we did get yanked right back down to this line of support. If we look down at the volume is starting to increase from the previous weeks, which is a good sign to see. We do have a catalyst coming up on January 22nd. So that will be another sign for us to know whether or not this wants to go higher or not. But you could tell by the recent movements in the stocks and the volatility that this one is running up and down. But right now we are sitting in a good spot, sitting above this line of support. Any great news could break this stock to the upside. Once we get past that line, there is no overhead resistance on this stock, and we could start to see a significant run, or a run nonetheless. And so solid day in my opinion for TSNP, up about 1% today. And finally, last stock of the day, we're looking at HYSR on the daily time frame, and Sun Hydrogen actually traded a lot better than I expected today, given that there was a share offering yesterday at around 13.5 cents. But with that being said, we did see good volume today, but it was selling volume. We had crazy fluctuations today, but we did end up still up about 3.19%. And so those of you who are in this stock, it might be time to start taking profits, because we are starting to get overextended. If we look here at the Fibonacci retracement, we have used a couple of these lines as a line of support and resistance. And so since about 0.5 here on the Fibonacci, we have just been going straight up like a rocket. So it would be pretty healthy for this stock to start to consolidate and go down a little bit lower. So if you are in this stock, it wouldn't be the worst idea to book some profits, because we have been going insane. Overall, a beautiful day in HYSR following a share offering. Usually stocks do trade down after such news, but this one held up very well. But be careful with this one. We are getting into ranges where there are no resistance and there is no support. So we do need to see a cool off day with this one, which we have not seen in a very long time. And so if we're looking right here on the Fib retracement, those of you who did get into the stock at above 26 cents, just be a little bit careful with this one. Make sure you have your stop losses set here, because this is getting into those territories where there is no resistance, there is no support. And so right now we are in no man's land. And given that they just had a share offering at 13.5 cents, there should be a pullback on this stock. But with all of that being said, this is all my opinion, my interpretation of the charts that we're looking at. But overall, a beautiful day in the overall markets. If you guys like this update, don't forget to like the video. We are on that road to 1K subscribers. So if you made it to this point, feel free to hit that subscribe button. This is Dummy Boy Finance. I'm Dummy Boy, and I will see you guys in the next one.